This is Parliament House. It is currently under renovation, and this work will continue for more than 2 years. While the renovation goes on, Parliament will assemble in the Sibelius Academy building, which is located in the same block as Parliament House. The main concert hall has been refitted to serve as a plenary session hall. The business of Parliament is legislation, and this work will continue as usual during the renovation. Parliament's decisions are made in plenary session, which is also the most important venue for political discourse. This is where members of Parliament talk about and vote on legislative proposals and the state budget. In other words, how our tax money is spent. EU affairs and international cooperation are often on the agenda as well. Plenary sessions take place on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. The most topical political debates are conducted during Question Hour, which is broadcast on television. All plenary sessions are also broadcast on the Internet. A substantial and essential part of MP work is done in the committees. There are 16 parliamentary committees. The Grand Committee, which decides Parliament's stance on EU affairs, and 15 permanent special committees. Most MPs will work in 2 separate committees. The committees consist of MPs representing both government and opposition parties. An MP's professional or other private interests will often be connected to the remit of the committee he or she serves on. MPs study legislative proposals and their backgrounds in great detail in the committees. A committee will call experts to explain what effects the enactment of a law would have. A committee will quite often propose amendments to a government proposal. At the end of this process, the matter will be submitted to a plenary session for a vote. Finland's 200 MPs are organized into parliamentary groups. There are 8 parliamentary groups. In other words, an amount matching the number of parties that managed to win seats in the spring 2015 general election. The line followed with regard to major political issues is primarily set by the parliamentary groups, whose members are united by party affiliation or shared values. The majority of MPs belong to parliamentary groups representing the government coalition. They will usually support the government's legislative proposals, but may also propose making amendments to them in the committees. Opposition groups play an important role in a democracy. They criticize government measures, suggest alternatives, and demand that ministers justify the government's solutions. Almost anyone can become an MP. An MP must be 18 or older and a Finnish citizen. Parliamentary elections are held every 4 years. Each person entitled to vote gets to cast 1 vote in an election. As a voter, you can influence who gets to make decisions about our common concerns. One thing unites MPs across party lines. It is the desire to build a better Finland. In practice, this means that the actual work of MPs involves the harmonization of 200 differing views of what constitutes a better tomorrow. Parliament will return to its home, Parliament House, in autumn 2017. In its day, the building was designed to serve as a monument to the independence of a young nation. Thus, the renovated Parliament House will provide a magnificent setting for staging a Jubilee plenary session to celebrate the centenary of Finnish independence.